case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
The United States Court of Appeals for the Eighth Circuit in 1985 engaged in an intricate case regarding the admission of hearsay evidence, United States v. Renville, generally regarded inadmissible in court. Despite this, exceptions were allowed, such as when the victim identifies their abuser for medical purposes of diagnosis and treatment. Furthermore, related conduct under state law void of a federal counterpart is punishable by the Assimilated Crimes Act, ACA. At the center of the case was Harvey Renville, a tribal police officer residing on an Indian reservation in South Dakota, accused of sexually abusing his stepdaughter. He sought to contest his guilt, purporting that an alternative law was more appropriate. Renville's case hinged on the admissibility and credibility of certain statements made by his stepdaughter. The victim's half-brother was one of the first witnesses that propelled the case, as he testified that she had confessed the abuse to him. Following this confession, Deputy Sheriff Buttram interviewed the victim, leading to a more detailed account of the abuse she experienced. Further, a physician verified that the victim had pointed out Renville as her abuser during a medical examination meant for diagnosis and treatment. However, during the course of the trial, the victim recanted her initial allegations against Renville. Despite the setback, the court ruled in favor of the initial conviction, sentencing Renville to concurrent 15-year terms on both counts. This verdict was enabled by the ACA and the court's authorization to admit the victim's prior statements under Rule 803-24. Renville's appeal fell flat, and the court emphasized that the victim's statements carried weight due to her presence at the trial and her subsequent cross-examination. The court agreed with the previous decision to admit the victim's testimony, finding them trustworthy despite her later inconsistency.
Case briefs and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind, leave the stress of class.